I want to do a short update on my 100-gallon aquarium. This aquarium was pretty grim after I moved the Altums out. There were just 3 angelfish left in it and a bunch of tetras. And the tetras pretty much just spent the entire day sort of hanging out around this huge clump of anubias. They barely moved, they just hid in the leaves, sort of maybe a little bit above it, just sat there. And the angelfish, the one breeding pair would lay eggs. I guess one benefit was without the Altums, the babies got to the free swimming stage, but that didn't last long. And I don't actually want more angelfish, so it was pointless. So yeah, this tank just was not exciting to look at. So I added the Crypt Balance in the back there from my 46 gallon when I did a cleanup of that tank. And then I added this Manzanita from my 40 gallon aquarium and then trimmed some of the Anubias, attached it, and moved all of my African fish over from my 40 gallon that was in my office, which was really not a exciting tank. It was just somewhere to put them after I broke down the 120. So yeah, as soon as I did that, tank got way more lively, fish move around more. There was also the other breeding pair of angelfish in that tank, which is a little bit dicey because they both were fighting for dominance. And there's plenty of places to hide, but that doesn't really do anything if no one wants to hide and they just want to keep fighting with each other. I was a little bit worried about that. They were getting pretty violent with each other, but the water quality is fine. I just kept doing water changes. So as long as nothing major happens, any sort of minor wounds should heal pretty quickly, as long as you have good water quality. So yeah, just made this tank much nicer, freed that tank up to use as a quarantine tank again. One cool thing down here, I just went in the back and hid, but I have 2, there he is, 2 upside down catfish that are 10 years old. 10 years old this month. I got them in January of 2016. So that is fun. They went about 2 years completely hidden in my old 120. I thought they died and didn't even realize they were still in there until I broke the tank down. So yeah, they used to hide all the time. They come out way more in this aquarium. I just put in some food so everyone's out hunting. Yeah, other than that, it's just whatever remained from that original 120 African tetra, mostly tetra aquarium. There's, I think, 4 Elastoptercius burchardi, those sort of blue ones. There's 2 of the big, guy right there at the top, big Alestis tetras. There's 1 Phenacogrammus aurantiacus, that lamp-eyed tetra at the top. It's the last one remaining. And what else is there? There are 3 African one-line tetras that pretty much hide most of the time, but they are out more in this aquarium. Yeah, there's 1 in the way in the back there. But yeah, so anyway, just wanted to, people had asked in the past for an update on the African tetras, and there wasn't really much to say. That tank, you know, ultimately I broke it down. There weren't that many fish left. I'd lost, just over time, all of the buffalo head cichlids died. I think it was because of a heater failure. I keep my house very cold in the winter, and I think the heater probably just stopped working and they just couldn't tolerate that. They pretty much all died at once in 2 aquariums. The rest of the fish were okay though. I'm in California, so it gets cold, but not that cold. yeah, that tank was just in a bad location. It was getting sunlight. It had algae problems all the time. I just was never happy with it. So broke it down, remaining fish moved into that 40 gallon. And yeah, that's where they've been for, it was about a year and a half before I moved them in here. So yeah, aside from the 10-year-old upside down cats, all of the tetras are anywhere from, I would say, 5 or 6 years old to 7 or 8. So they're pretty old fish, but yeah, much happier with them in this aquarium. Only one sad thing is that one on the left-hand corner there, that big, really pretty, that is just regular Pterophyllum scalari. That is the koi, the last remaining koi Manicapuru cross. And it just sits there sadly contemplating its existence. I don't know. I think it's not the healthiest. It seems to be struggling with hole in the head disease, barely eating. Ever since its siblings died, it's just sort of zoned out and seems to have lost its will to live. Usually when they're facing up like that, it means they don't have much longer to live. That's been my experience with angelfish, when they just hang out in one spot and look up. But it's been that way for a while now. So just trying to keep the water quality good, regular water changes, and hope it will, I don't know, last a while longer. The other angelfish don't really bother it. Even when they lay eggs, it's pretty much just cowed into submission. It never messes with them. They ignore it most of the time, or even if they hang out near it, they don't bother it. It's just like lost its will to live. So that kind of sucks. I will not probably ever get any of the color morph angelfish again. I think they just are weaker than wild caught fish. Just all the inbreeding it takes to get them into those various colors, I think just does not do wonders for their constitution. So I think that's the last of that. But yeah, other than that, the other two pairs of angels more or less fine now with each other. Tetras are all happy. And yeah, this tank is nice to look at again. So that's a welcome change. So yeah, anyway, once again, I babbled on for way too long. But thank you for watching. And oh yeah, there's a really cool fish order coming in tomorrow. I ordered some really exciting, one of my favorite fish I've ever kept. Been a very, very long time, I think about 25 years since I've had them. And they became available again, so I'm getting them in tomorrow. Hopefully they will be healthy and happy. And if they are, I will post an update on them soon. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching.